Survivor 44, Week 7, Episode 7. We are finally merged officially. This is officially now, like, we're merged together, and we're going to do the individual challenges finally, and it's going to be all well, except for when they split them up again this episode. So, this episode did several things. I'm frustrated. I'm very, very frustrated, because I mentioned earlier videos that the season has not had many people that I've been interested in at all. And the few names that I've ever brought up are gone. So let's get into this. So Survivor 45, we're picking up. Jay was the one who voted out after Kaleb saved himself in a very, very great... I really like the tribal council. He saved himself with the shot in the dark, so he risked his vote. He got rid of his vote, and he was safe. So he actually was safe, and everyone voted his name. So he's able to save himself from a brutal just elimination from everybody on his tribe. And I thought that was cool. I really liked last week's tribal. So before we even get to the challenge and what they did with the challenge, there's a few things that happened. Everyone is still bitching about Bruce for some reason. Immediately we cut to Katurah. She is complaining and bitching about Bruce again because she has done that every single episode or something now in this season, and it is the most annoying thing ever. I get it, Bruce is annoying, and he has gotten quite annoying. But I'm really tired of listening to Katurah being the one just to constantly complain about Bruce nonstop all the time. It's getting old. And this episode almost seemed like a good time to get rid of him too. Everyone is complaining about Bruce this episode. Bruce is having problems with everybody, even his allies. They're having issues working with him because he's just a stubborn, difficult person to work with on their alliance. So everyone realizes that Bruce is becoming a problem in their game. So I will admit it, I've kind of liked Bruce sometimes. It's like he is starting to get annoying, but at the same time, the constant weird complaining, mostly of Katurah, her complaints about Bruce is just, it's annoying to me. I don't know. That's just the way I've seen it. So everyone's all upset about Bruce. We also do get a bit with Austin where he does mention now that, remember the amulet thing where Austin wanted his sandwiches, but instead Jay and Kelly ended up choosing for the amulets, where with one amulet goes out, he'll get more powerful. Well, Jay was voted out, so Austin now has I believe he said two-way steel vote thing now. So I don't know if they're both able to do that now. Again, I don't know totally how the amulet thing works right now, but I know they get more powerful as each person with one gets voted out. So there's two left in the game now. Kelly and Austin both have one, and they have that advantage. And Austin, I believe, also does have an idol as well. He kept his idol, and he kept the idol in power from last vote. So here's the part of the episode where I'm so annoyed. They've done this before, but it adds on top of what they did last week, where it's like the earn your merge crap, where you're merged but not really merged, and you got to split up and have half the team get in the merge, and then the other team's got to vote someone out. But it's weird. And then this week they split everyone up again. So it's an individual challenge. Again, we've done this split up where it's a total individual challenge, but there's two teams now, where you're going to have one team that's red, one team that's blue, and you're going to have one person win on each side. So one team on the red is going to win, and one person on the blue is going to win, and there's going to be two winners this week, meaning we're going to have two tribal councils, and there will be two people voted out this week. So there are two eliminations this week. Very frustrated by the eliminations. We'll get to it, though. But with the actual immunity challenge, it comes down to Kelly winning for the blue and D wins for the red. Now, the thing with the winning, the winning team actually gets to go to tribal council second. And Jeff threw in a different twist now, where if you're voted out, at the first tribal, you don't go and sit on the jury. You don't go on the jury. So he's switching it up a little bit. So the first person voted out on the first tribal council will not make the jury. They will go home. They will not be part of the game anymore. And then the second tribal council, you will be the first member of the jury. So it's weird. It's just some stupid twist Jeff is doing again. I don't like it, but I also just don't like that they're splitting everyone up again. I don't like it. It's just weird to me. So maybe you could have just done a double normal elimination and just kind of chopped it up a little bit more if you really want to eliminate two people. I don't know how that whole process goes on how they decide when they want to do the two people voting out thing, how the process goes with making the season a certain length, and I don't know how the editing goes with that, but they decided 2 people are going out. They're splitting them up again. So it has not yet been a normal tribal council this week. It is 2 tribals. The blue tribe is actually going to go off to the old Lulu camp because they are the ones who lost. So they're going to go off separately, so they're not on the same camp with the winners. So they're both going to be separate teams again here, and they're literally going to vote off someone else like in that group of like 6 or whatever. So it's going to be that. And before we even get to the tribal councils, there is something weird that the game did this episode where they cut to Jake and he's talking about his plan to possibly like split votes and whatnot and whatever. And they actually like have a flash forward in the game where they show us the tribal council with the winning tribe, the winning side with Kaleb and all them. They show that tribal council first. It's like a split between like Julie and Kaleb, and he's talking about this whole plan of that. It's like weird. It's like they showed us 2 votes already of Kaleb and Julie before we even got to that tribal council, and then we flash back and we were done showing it. It's like a little tease of tribal council. I thought that was kind of weird. Like I've never really noticed it before. If they have done that before, they showed us like a preview, flash forward, future preview of tribal council. I thought that was strange, but that's something they did in this episode. So going into tribal council, the first tribal council, this one means a little bit more because whoever's voted out will not be making it to the jury. So you will not be part of the jury. You will be done with the game basically. And that is the end of your journey. So this one came down between Bruce and Sifu. And I've mentioned that I've liked Sifu in this game. I've liked Sifu. I like his personality. Again, though, it wasn't really reflective on his game. It was more just his personality. I liked watching him in the game. Right now, that's kind of important to me because I don't like a lot of the people in the game. They're just boring to me. Like, I don't really care about anyone else in this game. And I did mention last week that I also am starting to like Kaleb, too. So I'm starting to find people I like in this game. That's good. I'm really glad at that because for a long time in this season, I've just been bored out of my mind. I don't care that much about the people, and generally, I still don't. But it came down to Sifu or Bruce, and everyone is bitching and complaining about Bruce, so it's like, get Bruce out. Finally get him out. Everyone is complaining. But no, now we get to hear another week of Katura complaining about Bruce because they voted out Sifu. So there goes one of my kind of favorites in this season, so that sucks. So he won't even be part of the jury anymore, so we will not see Sifu again. He's gone. He's done. He's done with this season, and Sifu is voted out. So he is the first one voted out, and it's weird because we've had 2 people voted out with the merge now, and they're not on the jury. It's strange, but Sifu is not part of the jury. He will be gone, and yeah, that's how it went. And I gotta say, man, it's frustrating to me because it's more frustrating because of how the next one went. So the next tribal council is the one that we got teased on earlier. And it came down to like Julie and Kaleb, and they teased that little split vote thing, but nope. So, you know how last week was exciting, how Kaleb, he sacrificed his vote and he was safe from the shot in the dark? Well, this week kind of undid that whole excitement. Kaleb was the first one of the jury. He was the one voted out in the second tribal council tonight. So Kaleb is gone. He will be part of the game still. You'll see him every tribal council now. He is the first member of the jury, but he is also out. He has been voted out. So, God, I would just hope we're officially merged now because it's kind of tiring continuously watching this like split tribe crap. I don't like it. But Kaleb is now voted out, and I just started to really like Kaleb. So, we're just left with a bunch of people I don't care about now. And that sucks because the season started off rough. Took me a while to find some people I enjoyed somewhat and enjoyed watching a little bit in the season. And they're both voted out back to back. So that's how this is how that episode's going for me this week. I guess getting out Kaleb is maybe good for some players because he did seem like quite a threat. And they all saw that and he voted him out this week. But it just does suck to see some of my more top players of a season get voted out, and it's not even near the end, so I gotta get through the rest of the season now with the rest of this cast, and I can't even tell you if I'll find another favorite. I'm sure I'll find someone who's okay enough, but yeah, it sucks to have 2 of my okay picks back to back, man. It's unfortunate, but those are who went home tonight, Sifu and Kaleb, and we will see what happens next week, hopefully with a normal merged tribe finally. God, I'm just tired of the split merge tribe stuff. It is annoying, but we'll see what happens next week.